Jan Dame. Bruce, Wembley Arena, Londen. Plus interview. Oké. Rock'n'roll. Het hoort ongedwongen en recht uit het hart te zijn. Zo simpel als een spelletje poker zou je haast denken. Maar de stenen blijken tourmanagers, advocaten, bobo's en juppies te zijn. Liggen die stenen toevallig goed, dan win je. Liggen ze dwars, dan heb je pech. Na 6 jaar lijkt het erop dat ik een keer geluk heb.
I can feel it coming, baby. I can feel it coming now. I can feel it coming. It's just a kiss away. It's just a kiss away. I can feel. It's just a roll away. It's just a roll. I can feel it coming, baby. I can feel. Just another roll of the dice. Oh, my 11s and 7s been coming up 6s at night. But since I fell for you, baby, I'm coming on changing times. They're waiting over the rise. Just another roll of the dice.
Bruce Springsteen is een wereldwonder. Wij mogen in Londen draaien. We hebben toestemming om bij de soundcheck en tijdens het concert te filmen. Helaas krijgen we de boos zout voor een interview van 15 minuten. Tijdens de voorbereiding blijkt dat bij carrière zoals die van Bruce Springsteen in 20 jaar eigenlijk alles gevraagd en gezegd is. Het kiest voor wonen en vliegen en laat het licht wat het is. Het concert zelf zal ook nog komen. Waar ik naar uitkijk is de soundcheck. Zonder publiek, zonder licht, zoeken naar de beste film. Daar waar je de grootste rock'n'roll-sterren op hun kwetsbaarst ziet. Bruce, how important is it for you to have a sound check like this just before the concert starts?
It varies on different days. Like today, we've been here this is our 4th day, so it becomes, unless you're learning something new, you know, to play. Because if we're in town for 4 or 5 days, we try to switch the show a little bit and throw, you know, a couple of different songs in. So if you're learning something new, it can be important in the afternoon. To get the actual sound, not as important because, you know, you've been in the building for a while. You know, so sometimes we'll just come up and play a minute and a half of the song, and that'll be it for that day. You know, another time we'll come up and spend an hour or longer working on something new or something we haven't got quite right. Most of the time you get in shape just by going out and doing it eventually. You know, you can't, no matter how much you rehearse, you can't rehearse for what's going to happen when you get in front of an audience. And the intensity of the show, like, you know, doubles and triples more than you even would have imagined. You know, it's like in rehearsal you get up to about, at best, maybe half speed. You know, even if you're really kicking it hard on a certain day. And in front of a small audience, you get up a little further than that. And then you get in front of an arena-sized crowd, which demands a little more physical projection. And it just demands more, you know. And so then it's only really at that moment that you realize, ooh, this is a lot of work.
But, well, is it fair to compare you, let's say Bruce Springsteen plus band at his best? I suppose 1985 in Rotterdam, during Born to Run or Born in the USA, that moment, that specific moment, is that moment comparable to the moment of Carl Lewis?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, you know. It's like, I haven't the slightest idea, you know. It's you know, there's a lot of running around. That's as far as I could say, you know. What you get from the audience and what you get from people, and just the emotional exhilaration of doing the show. You know, it's probably the only time when in my whole life where you use all of your emotional ability, you use all of your spirit, you use all your mental capacity and all your physicalness, you know, so you really get to use you use everything, you know, it's on any given night.
But what is the most important part during such a gig? Is it just the emotional, or is it more what you get from the audience?
I guess for me, at this point, I like to try and make sure that the core of the show, which would be the soul of the show, communicates, you know, sort of. So I guess in some sense, I think the emotion, for me, the emotional, I think that's what reached people in rock music in the beginning, was just intellect came later. It was more emotional and physical initially, you know. And so I think that I guess if I put a premium on any part of it, it might be that I want the soul of the thing and the emotion of the thing to communicate. And then I want people to, whatever, dance or not dance or get excited or you feel, you know.
I was driving through my hometown. I was just calculating time when I seen a face staring out of the black velvet painting from the window of the 5 and dime. I couldn't quite recall the name, but the pose looked familiar to me. So I asked the sales girl, was that man between the Doberman and Bruce Lee? She said, just a local hero. Local hero, she said with a smile. He's just a local hero. He used to live here for a while. First there's beautiful women, nice and low living, and some dirty money to be made. There's a big town across the whiskey line, halfway, turn around, cards up, where the latest boss never pays off, and folks that are real hard. They get their own hero. They sound like a running smile. They get their own hero. Somebody with just the right style. Take it back.
About 4 years ago, you played in the Human Rights Tour, and I was there in London at the Wembley Stadium. And you've been touring around in that whole circus, in that political circus. Are you still in contact with the guys I understand?
Actually, I saw Sting pretty recently, a couple of days ago, you know, and I tend to see him quite a bit if he comes to States. He stops by, or if I come over here, I'll stop by and see him, you know. And then other people, you know, here and there, you know, I ran across Tracy the other night, and she was playing in Germany the same night we were working, and you know, you bump into people. Yeah.
Did the world change for the better over the past few years?
There's still a lot of blood and a lot of war and a lot of people being denied the very basic, you know, obviously the very basic human rights. It goes on in many countries, you know, in my own country, everywhere, you know. So that's, you know, that's a long way from sorting all that stuff out, you know. But the good thing about the Amnesty Tour was, I think as you get older, you realize there's not going to be any single act, any single thing that's going to, you know, right the world all its wrongs. You know, I think when you're young, you tend to think like, gee, if you had the magic word, if you had the, you know. I think as you get older, you realize that all you want to try and do is find some small place for yourself and try to do something, anything, you know, to kind of push the world in a more just, creative, you know, direction, and not be kind of just tearing it down, and then, you know, then you try to pass that desire on to your children and hope that they find some small way to do the same thing, both in I think in the integrity of their own lives by doing something that's hopefully creative and positive, and then finding their place in the communities they live in and the societies they live in, trying to find some small way they can lock in and move things hopefully in a direction where there's a little more justice and a little more peace. I mean, you went to the top of, when you went up into the hills and you looked out over the city, I mean, it looked like a war. It was a real war zone, you know. And I grew up in the 60s, and in both towns that I lived in the 60s, there was rioting on small scales. Even in Asbury Park, there was large parts of the city were burnt down, you know. And I remembered that, but it was nothing like seeing a city like Los Angeles with 3,000 or 4,000 fires going, spread throughout the city. It was an amazing couple of days, you know. And
but apart from amazing, how did you feel personally? Were you mad or
yeah,
you
emotional.
I think that you felt, you know, first you're concerned just about the safety of your kids and your family, and I mean those are your initial concerns, and then you feel not, I couldn't say surprised, you know, because I think it was a long time coming. It was something that was in the cards. It was something that was written about in newspapers when Spike Lee released Do the Right Thing. The movie was criticized that it might spark riots in the United States, and that was 2-3 years ago. So if people thought that a film was going to incite riot, you know, well then, you know, obviously they got to feel that the potential for that is long been there, and it has been. You know, I think that the problems that were brought out in the 60s by the 60s riots were never fully addressed. They were partially addressed, and in the sense that there were some good programs brought in, there were things that came in that helped people, but those things were rolled back during the 80s, you know, by the Republican administration, and people started to suffer harder and harder and harder and harder, and you heard it in all the rap music. You know, it was right out there in your face. It was just really a matter of time. You know, I don't know what's going to come out of it. You know, hopefully something. You always hope that something positive will come out of it. But it's on one hand, you can't afford to be too optimistic. On the other hand, you can't. At this point, you can't afford despair or complete cynicism either. You know.
Credit clothes got too tight. Don't know just where I'm going tonight. Out the sky's been cleared by good hard rainers. Somebody calling my secret name. I'm going down a lucky town, down a lucky town. I wanna lose this blues I found down in lucky town. Really down.
How does it feel to be, let's call it, the father of two not million-selling albums at this moment? I can imagine that your answer is, hey friend, I'm here for the music, I'm not for selling albums.
The description one more time.
To be the father of not too well-selling albums.
Actually, the records, they sold very well. You know, they didn't sell like some of the other ones, you know.
No, but you know, everybody expects sales. Well, sales
Yeah,
like
but that's
millions
you
and
know,
millions.
Really, but that's kind of silly, you know. I mean, for me, it's the funny thing is like I really love the albums, and I mean I don't like feel bad about it or anything, because they found a quite a sizable audience, particularly in Europe. They were quite successful, and as successful as some of my best records, you know. And I think that. You know, it's like in the States, hey, they found whatever audience was there, you know. I mean, I'm going to go back there, we're going to do some road work, and maybe that'll get some people interested in them. But my main case is I've been telling a story for a long time. These records are part of that story, and that's what I primarily try to do.
Yeah.
And then I come out and I try to help those records find whatever audience is out there. I don't really. I mean, it's fun to be like, you know, number one or two. That's a kick, and you know, it's always a good time. But it's not really fundamental. I mean, I'm 42. I've been doing it for 20 years, and my intentions and the things that I feel are important lie elsewhere. You know, I like the records to do as good as they can, but I'm not into really the game of the numbers game. You know, I'm not into like. You know, just counting up how many were sold or how many were this, that, or the other thing. You know, I think that I worked real hard on them, and I said what I wanted to say, and that's the most important thing. And then I go out and I try to find whatever audience is out there for them, and then I've done my job, and on down the road.
It's about miracles, yeah, and it's about getting up the courage to step ahead. To do what you ought to do. To be the man and woman that you ought to be. Do you know what I'm talking about? Well, check it out anyway. All right. 1, 2, 3. leap of faith. You gotta show some guts. It takes a leap of faith. Get things
Bruce
going.
Springsteen praten is hetzelfde als naar zijn muziek luisteren.
Where you were
Directeurmanagers, advocaten, bobo's en juppies in 6 jaar lang alles doen gedaan.
Your legs
En
were
natuurlijk
heaven.
kon niet
Your
anders, maar
breasts
toch was
were the
Randy een
altar.
voorstelling.
Your body
Eenmaal
was
voorbij
the
alle onzin van
holy
het
land.
slechts blijkt de maker
You
net zo te zijn
shouted
als zijn
jump,
muziek en
but
zijn
my
teksten en
heart faltered.
ongedwongen,
You laughed
simpel
and said,
en
baby,
rechtvaardig.
don't you understand?
That's nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Well, I'd like to thank all my fans in Holland who've supported us from when we first came in 1975. It's always been a tremendous place for us. I'm sorry we didn't get there this time. I want to get back, but I appreciate people's ongoing support very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Bye, Bruce.
Bye-bye. Take care. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You shouted jump, my heart faltered. You laughed and said, baby, don't you understand? It takes a big heart to get things going. It takes a big heart. You gotta show some guts. It takes a big heart to get things going. Yeah, in your heart, where you was trust. That's right. You were the Red Sea. I was Moses. I guess you slipped into their roses. Waters parted, no rush inside. I was Jesus' son, sanctified. Who's looking young, and I'm feeling younger. These are better dreams, sweet pleasant dreams. Honey, I can feel it first. Breeze of summer. If you're not mine, wanna get. It takes a big heart to get things going. It takes a big heart. You gotta show some guts. It takes a big heart to get things going. You gotta show some